15 to 16% upside. When the short-term trend is down, we try not to get it. One time came down, two times came down. In fact, last week we touched, came down. But today, so over the past week, we have seen strength coming back in the US technology sector. What about the Singapore market? Are there any stocks that is in the tech sector, that's in the Singapore market, that we are indeed seeing more upside? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZero trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, I'll be showing you guys just two Singapore tech stocks that have came into my watch list over the past few months, and there seems to be potentially more upside if we were to break some of the key levels. So if you don't know what these two stocks are, what are some of the new higher targets, what are some of the support levels whereby you could potentially time your entry to get in before it rises, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Alright, and if you like this video, guys, go to give me a like, smash the subscribe button, hit the follow so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. Okay, so the first stock I'd like to share with you in the Singapore market in the tech sector would be this company called Franken, right? One of the stocks that came in my watch list since last year. We have actually turned into what we call an uptrend, right? In the longer term, how do we know it? Well, you can see that in terms of the 100 days moving average, this like red line, 100 days moving average, it has crossed above the 200 days moving average somewhere in like October last year. Around October last year, it was like consolidating from like 1 to 120. Right over here, you can see we broke the 120. So let me just draw some of the key support and resistance level. You can see there was a bit of a resistance level at about $1.20. We were near it, came down, and finally it broke 120, and there will signs of the uptrend actually continuing, right? So to push a little bit higher, consolidated a little bit more, and push all the way to a high of $1.70, right? So the longer term trend still remains up for now, all right, as you see from the moving averages. So when we look at the longer term trend, we can see that this 100 days moving average, this red line, is still pointing up and is still above the 200 days moving average. So longer term trend still okay, but in the short term, we actually saw some selling coming back somewhere around like March and April. So somewhere over here, you can see that this is the 20 days moving average, right? So these 20 days, when it flattens out, it means that the short-term trend is flattening out, right? And how do we know if the short-term trend is turning up? Well, very simple. If the 20 days moving average line is pointing up, so it's going to point up. You can see somewhere over here in April, we started to see the 20 days moving average line pointing down with prices below it. So even though the longer term trend is up, in the short term, we can also see weakness. We can also see prices pulling back maybe to some of the previous support levels and maybe finding some stability and maybe reversing back up again. All right. So when the short term trend is down, we try not to get in. We're going to wait for some supports to be found. We probably want to wait for some bullish candlesticks to come out near the support level as well before timing our entry to get in. So you can see, right, this 20 days moving average line was pointing down. Somewhere over here, beginning of May, it started to flatten out with prices finally going back above the 20 days moving average. So that's a sign of strength. That's a sign of now the short-term trend also turning back up, right? Same like the longer term trend, which is already up since last year, right? So now short-term trends turn back up. Plus, we actually spotted some bullish reversal candles right over here, right? Whereby buyers came back at a day low, push price all the way up and close somewhere at the high. So that's a sign of strength. And you see over the past 1 to 2 weeks, we have pushed up, and it seems like we are approaching this very key level over the past few days. So this level is none other than the $1.70. So you can see, right, just somewhere in March, April, we neared it a couple of times, sold all the way back down. In fact, just about 1 2 weeks ago, we neared it, and some sellers came back, and we were still consolidating below it. So today you can see it is about $1.65. Yesterday, the high was $1.69. So very near that $1.70 psychological resistance level, right? While we are in a longer term uptrend and a short term uptrend. Does it make sense? All right. So the key is that can we actually break this $1.70 resistance? Well, it seems like we're slowly approaching it. The lows are getting higher. You can see, right? So over the past 2 weeks, the lows are getting slightly higher. The low used to be like about $1.53. It became $1.56. It became $1.60, $1.65. So it's slowly becoming higher and higher as we approach the key resistance level. So nobody knows when it will break the 170. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, next week. Nobody knows, right? But my take is that if it does break this $1 170 resistance level, because now we are in a pretty good uptrend. If we break the 170 and we go to like 171 or 172 or 173 or 174, right, above 170 essentially, and we stay above it, right, and we close above it over the next few days, I think that is potentially where there could be some signs of the uptrend continuing to a next higher phase, right? And that's where we may see more upside. Targets could be raised potentially maybe all the way to like $1.80 to $2, revised targets from about $1.70 all the way to around here. There will be like another 15 to 16% upside, as you can see, right? So I've set my alerts, 171, 72, 73, all right, and if it does break, I'll be alerted, all right, and that's where I'll take a look at it again. But we could potentially see more upside momentum. All right, so this is pretty much the first Singapore stock I'd like to share with you that has been in my watch list. We started to see some reversal in the short-term trend, and perhaps you could also put it in your watch list. So let's move on to the second tech stock in the Singapore market that I'd like to share with you. And by the way, guys, if you found some value so far in this video, go ahead and give me a like, smash the subscribe button, hit the follow button so that you will not miss out on any videos like this, and that will really help out the channel as well. All right. So, and by the way, guys, I mean, some of these ideas that we shared, like Franken previously and this new stock right over here, we do share them with VIP clients of mine in Philip Securities by WhatsApp daily. All right. So if you have a trading account in Singapore, you're trading, you're buying some stocks here and there, you don't get any service from your own broker, nobody sends you any ideas or videos or WhatsApp or training, or you don't even know who your broker even is. It's just like a hotline or something like that. It's just like a platform. You just log in and just place your orders. Make sure you come on board as a VIP client of mine in Philip Securities. You do not pay anything more, nothing more, everything's the same, all right, and you do get some services at this, right? So check it out, the link's right below this video, around this video. Click on it to find out a little bit more. All right, so let's move on to the second stock I'd like to share with you that we have shared to our clients as well, all right, and this stock is none other than Valuetronics. Right here, it seems like we are seeing some actions today, all right, and the price now is at 0.665. So I actually got my team to send out a WhatsApp broadcast to our clients in Philip Securities today. All right, why? Because we actually started to see some good price action today. But before we talk about where we are today, let me just go through what has happened over the past few months, or maybe over the past 1 year, right? So you can see that since June, right, since June last year, we were right over here, somewhere over here. It was like about 50 cents, not much of a move. You can see we were pretty much consolidating sideways, right, just below around that 0.53 level. You can see we're just like moving up and down, up and down. We're like consolidating sideways until we finally went above that 5354 resistance level. Great, right? That is where we started to see some signs of the uptrend accelerating, right? So the longer term trend in terms of the rate and the blue line since June, yeah, it was slightly up, very gentle, very slow, longer term uptrend, consolidated in the short term, but very gradual long-term uptrend. So it only started to accelerate. As I mentioned, we broke this resistance, and you can see when we did that, the 20 days moving average, this green line, it started to slope up aggressively. All right, this was a push up, a bit of profit taking, came back down. We found another higher support level, maybe somewhere around that 0.57, somewhere over here. Let me just put this as a green line. So about 5.7, 5.6, that was like a support level. Some bullish candles came out. You can see 20 days moving average line started to flatten out and started to point up over the past 1 over month, right? But the key is that we will still cap below this very key resistance level, somewhere around that 0.65, right? 0.65. You can see over the past like 1 month since May, we touched, we came back down. Let me just show you, right? So right over here, 20 days moving average line was pointing up. So short-term trend slowly picking up, but we headed to this resistance at about 0.65. The 65 cents. One time came down, 2 times came down. In fact, last week we touched, came down. But today, right now, today, right, you can see that we are actually attempting to break this 0.65. So this is live. I mean, this is live, right? You can see that now it is 0.665 as we were to break above that red horizontal 65 cents resistance level. Does it make sense, right? So it seems like now buyers are prepared. After more than a month, we are finally prepared to clear up all the sellers. There could potentially be more upside now, right? Especially with the key level being broken, the key obstacle cleared, signs of an uptrend, 20 days moving average line starting to slope up even more right now. Of course, longer term trend, as I mentioned, has already been up very gradually, but now with this break of resistance, we could see more upside momentum. So upside targets can be raised right now, right, to maybe about 70 cents or maybe even up to that 75 cents. So we expect to see maybe a bit of profit taking near that 70 cents. So it could be like all the way to around 70 cents. Might consolidate a little bit, maybe see some profit taking, maybe a bit of a pullback. But if that 70 cents psychological level to give way as well, same thing, we could see upside targets being revised, maybe all the way to that 75 cents. So it could be about 14 to 15% upside if it's 75 cents. 70 cents wise, about 7 to 8% upside. Right? So this is Valuetronics, one of these Singapore tech stock that came to our watch list. I mean, it's been our watch list over the past few months, but today it came to our watch list again because our alerts have been triggered. We got alerted, and it seems like it is just beginning to push higher, right? And that's where you want to put this stock in your watch list as well. Yes, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful. You have taken note of these two stocks, some of the key levels to take note, and why I like them, and what are some of the targets whereby we may see some profit taking again, right? So if you like this video, give me a like, smash the subscribe button, the follow button. And by the way, guys, if you want to find out, as I say, some of the reasons why we like this stock in terms of the entire strategy. So right now we don't have time to cover the entire strategy, like candlestick patterns, indicators, and all the stuff, but we actually have what we call a one good trend strategy, all right, that guides us on entry and exit, when to get in, when to get out, how to even pick winning stocks like this. You can find out more by clicking the link around this video or below it. Attend one of those free webinars that we're running, and I'll share with you guys my entire one good trend strategy and how we have like a software or system to guide us on entry and exit as well by looking at this buy and sell signals on the chart as well. Alright, so Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.